Hi everyone, welcome back. Today is April 7th, 2018. It is a windy Saturday morning here in San Antonio. It's supposed to be cool today, which is great. We're having a community yard sale. So that means everyone is going to be yard selling a lot of their stuff, I guess. But it's real windy. We hadn't planned on doing any yard selling because I'm still unpacking, deciding if I want to keep stuff, etc., etc., etc. So today what I wanted to do was do some embossing, but my mindset is not there. I'm having a rough week, so I'm going to do something that's a little bit more simple and fun for me, which is crochet. We're using Premier Yarn Starbella Neons, and I got this, I want to say 5 years ago, and it tells you right here what it is. You can scan the SKU or the little what is this called? I can't remember what it's called, but you can scan it and see. It gives you details and information, and right here it gives you how it's going to work up. It gives you what size yarn it is. It tells you what type of knitting needles you need to knit with, and then a crochet hook. Gives you all your hand wash, lay flat to dry, all your instructions. Then here is the color, parrot. So it should be pretty cool. And we're going to just pull this off only because I want you to see on the inside. If you are not familiar with crochet or knit, and you get this yarn, because I know some people buy yarn for paper crafting, but on the inside it gives you more information. It tells us that it's easy to use. It tells you all the materials. It tells you your gauge. It tells you the gauge is not important in this project, and it's really not, because you're going to work it no matter what. And right here it says cast on 8 stitches, pull through. Whenever I hear cast on, even though I know cast on and is fine in knitting and crochet, I just always run to knit versus crochet. And you see how this is the cast on. I've seen this worked when I went to my crochet group that I participated in before I moved to Mississippi, and it is beautiful. It works up totally different, in my opinion, than it does for crochet with knit. You've seen me do this before. I think it was last Crater in August, but it was different material. It was, I think it was Red Heart. And I like that because it has fabric on it, and then it has these. And if you have ever worked with this, then you'll know. You probably use this for, some people use this for painting as well as crochet. It's a lot of things you can use for it. Today we're going to use it for its marketed purpose. And what you want to do is you just want to pull it out some, fan it out, pull it out, whatever terminology you want to use. Let's take the autofocus off, because we don't need it to keep doing that. Alright, hopefully that works. And you just want to pull a little bit. Now, I know some people say work from the middle, and you can just pull this out and you'll get that outer edge. In this case, it really doesn't matter, honestly. What I would tell you for me, when I use this, I always get a big hook, because I want to work it up fast. This is definitely a quick project for an impatient crafter. Alright, so I don't ever start on this very edge, because that happens. So you want to start on the first complete hoop, or the second or third one. And you can start on the third one if you like. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we're going to do like the instructions tells us for the first time, 8. And then we're going to do 10. Just because it's a lot easier. And then we'll see how it goes. So let's do that over. Okay, so you can skip a few if you like. Because I usually just tie mine at the end once I finish. The thing about this is if you drop a stitch or you mess up, mine usually unravels for me. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, I will tell you that some of us crocheters, well, me, we're going to just talk about me. But some of these projects that actually say they are knit projects, in my opinion, that's exactly what they are. So you see how this tail is? If you don't want that tail, then you can start the very beginning. And one more time. So you can start right here if you like. I really don't recommend it, but if you like, you can start there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You all know I can count to 8 now, right? All right, so that is how it will look. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull some off. And this is the only thing that I don't like about this yarn, is that you have to constantly pull off and unravel because it is like this. Now, some people, and maybe I'll do another project with this where I show you how people take these and braid and weave them in and make like a little knotted scarf. But in my opinion, I feel like that's a waste of yarn because you want it to, look at these colors. It's so pretty. You just want it to be shown. And I was in the closet yesterday. Yesterday I was in the closet. That sounds really strange. But I was looking at all of my junk in the closet, you know, hanging clothes on the floor, because my son got into, so it wasn't yesterday, it was the day before yesterday, he got into the closet, and he kind of did a baby hurricane, tornado, whatever you want to call it, and I was looking and I was thinking about when I was in middle school, it had to be middle school, and we went to Payless because that's what we could afford, and I had these black shoes, right? They were black shoes, but they had all kinds of funky colors on them. Like this, but it was like splotches, all kinds of crazy stuff. And I remember my mom saying, "You want those shoes, baby?" And I was like, yes. Like, you know, in my head, back in the day, you know, I didn't care about what people, well, I still don't. But I didn't really care about what people said about me. And, you know, kids can be very cruel when you are growing up. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it'll be 9, and then 10 is on the hook, all right? But people, you know, children can be very cruel. I'm sure it's a learned behavior from somewhere. And then there are people that are born to be social psychopaths. So, but I just remember thinking, my mom tried to warn me. She was like, "Do you really want those shoes?" And I was like, "Yes, I want these shoes. They're beautiful. I love them." Now, I'm going to tell you right now, if you have a child who likes different stuff, don't let them get those odd shoes. Not because they're odd, but because all your clothes won't go with shoes that have purple, green, orange. It was just like someone splattered a rainbow on them. But I love them. I love those little shoes. And then, you know, unfortunately, when school plays come up, you can't wear those shoes because you need a pair of black shoes, right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you need shoes that's going to actually match with the school production. So we have to go out and buy more shoes. And, you know, when you can't really afford that, because she was letting, you know, you let your kids be their own individual, she knew that I shouldn't have got those ugly shoes. I still love them. Like, I think about them. I can see me wearing them to school and people are like, "What's she got on her feet?" But I wore them with pride. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You know, when I was growing up back in the day, you get a pair of dress shoes, and those crazy color shoes were my dress shoes. Yep, I had to be in middle school when that happened. And you get a pair of sneakers. So I had some Pro Wings, some white Pro Wings. I think they had like little blue on them. White Pro can't speak. White Pro Wings. And those shoes. And kids are mean. That's all I'm gonna say. Kids are very mean. Now I don't think I don't even know if they still sell Pro wings. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I'm not counting the one that's already on the hook because that's actually our 10th one. Okay? So I know you guys don't want to sit here and hear me count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 over and over again. So I am actually going to complete this. This takes about an hour to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to crochet some and then come back and show you. And you can see how it's working up. Very, very pretty. It's called Starbella Neons, which is so cute. It's nothing glossy about it. It's just a bunch of different random wild colors, which I hope someone likes. We have Fiesta right now. Well, Fiesta at the end of the month of April. So hopefully someone will like it and want it and wear it, because these are all the Fiesta colors, like bright, bold, beautiful colors. And look at this purple. Isn't it like dazzling? Like, it's so pretty. Look at it. And then it just fades into the green, which is cool right here. Yep. So I'll be back. Okay, as you work your scarf, what I tend to do, just so I make sure that I have a max participation on the yarn, is I just kind of pull it a little bit to make sure that it is good and it's all like ruffled out. And the more you put on your chain, the more cast-ons you have, the bigger the bells will be, or the bigger the ruffles will be. So just keep that in mind. I mean, you can do 3 if you like. It's going to take a long time to get 3 done. If you're doing 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, ooh, it's going to take a long, long time. I've learned my lesson, and that's why I go with 10. And right here, when it tells you that it's 33 yards. So that's not a lot in skeins, but it is when it comes to material like this, because it builds up like that. So, you know, you can pick whatever number you want to try. I do recommend this. Usually they have them on sale at any of your big box stores, your big box craft stores. I want to say that I ordered these offline from Mary Maxim, because remember I told you all, if you've been here a while, that I was definitely into crochet and bead making, jewelry making, before I learned paper crafting. But now all of it is a wonderful addition, and it makes me happy. So, you know, I still have a lot of yarn, and I'm going to start working on a project a week. I'm going to try to do a crochet project a week. Not with you all, I just need to do that because I have such a large amount of yarn, and I just want to get all these crazy thoughts in my head out. So I just need to start expressing myself through my art. Okay, so we are here, and I just want to talk to you again because I like talking. No, I do like talking, kinda. I guess I do. As I was telling you earlier, I don't remember if I told you about the hook. I usually get a hook that has like a big opening right here versus a smaller one. I don't even know if I have all of my hooks in here right now. Yep. Well, I have these. I bought these offline, and so you can see how they are small. And this is for like the thread, the crochet thread or knitting thread, and it gets larger. And they have larger hooks than this, and I actually think that these sizes are off a little bit. So I would definitely recommend going into a store and buying them or ordering them offline that you know from a brand like Susan Bates, or boy, I like Bates brand. But anyway, what I'm back to tell you is that this starts to twist, so you make sure that you get enough off of your skein. And as you are unraveling the yarn, it should not twist as much because you are pulling as you go. I hope that makes sense. So you're just going to straighten out and pull. And once you run out of yarn, you know, unwound yarn, you'll be able to pull out more. Okay, as I get closer and closer to the end, I get super duper excited because now this is all we have left. It's just this little bit, and this is how it is coming up to be. As I stated before, I've seen this type of yarn knitted, and I absolutely think that it looks a lot better knitted because it's so much, from what I've noticed, it's just a lot tighter on the knitting needle. But overall, I am pleased that I know how to crochet, because knitting and myself, we do not get along. It's kind of like me and my Cricut, or me and my hot glue gun. As I was sitting here, I was thinking, did I show you how to pull over? And I couldn't remember. So we're almost done. Just a few more to go. So let's just do this together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now what I do is I put this one all the way to the hook like that, and then I make sure that everything is down, all the thing that I hooked over is there, and then I just pull through just like that. So again, because I think I was out of frame, which is horrible. If I was, I do apologize. All right, so here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Push this one all the way over. Make sure these are all down so it's not a lot of excess. And I just hold it, turn, and pull through. I am not sure why my phone keeps autofocusing. One more time. 3rd time's a charm, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and finish up this little bit, and we'll come back to our completed scarf. Okay, so we are at the end of our skein, and the option to continue is totally up to the creator. Now the thing is, this is not 10. So what do? Well, I think it may be 10. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. 9. So what we're going to do is we are going to do 4, which will really be 5, but we're doing 4. I'm going to pull it through. And then on this last bit of yarn, what you can do to make sure that you have a good tight, I'm just going to tie it in a knot. On the instructions it says weave in, okay, sure. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to take this right here. I'll put this to the side like I just showed you. I'm going to push all of this over. And this time we're going to pull it through. We pull the whole thing through. Okay. Once you pull the whole thing through, once you get all these little frayed pieces, then just going to pull it all the way through. You're going to go as close as possible. Tie a knot. That's your first knot. I like to do 2 double knots, or 2 of this or 2 of that, just like that. Extra support I feel like I'm giving it. Now what you're going to do is, you can make this as close as you want or as far away as you want. And I'm just going to cut it right there. And now what we're going to do is we're going to hide it. And you see, you can't even tell that it was a knot. And we're just doing the other side as well. You know, you don't want this lady to go and hand wash it. And it unravels on her. That's why I always like to put a knot on these types of creations. Okay, and then you just cut the end as well. Now for all of you crafters, you could take these extra little trims, and I always think of fence. Whenever I see this, I always think of fence. I'm going to trash it. And we are finished. So now what I'm going back and doing is just pulling it to make sure you can hear the knots popping. I'm just making sure I got good knots, that's all. I don't know if any one of you have ever made this before. And if you have, let me know in the comment section what you think of this and how do you work it up. Do you knit it or crochet it? I really love it. It's a super cute yarn, and again, it's Starbella Neons Premier Yarns, and I'm quite sure I bought this from MaryMaxim.com. Thank you all for watching. See you tomorrow. Happy crafting.